everybody. This is Gulf Harbour Radio, ZMH 286, Patricia and David. And this is a Guy Fawkes night here. We have a beautiful, beautiful evening for a change. Sometimes we can get a howling sou'wester, but tonight it is absolutely lovely. The day has been beautiful. Very, very sunny, 23 degrees still. 1 knot from the north, gusting 5. 1015 dropping, and 70% cloud cover. It's just clouding over. It's quite thin, but an absolutely beautiful night, and it would have been a lovely day for our New Zealand bound folk to come into the country. So we've got the single-handers, Mackay, Barry and Andy on Soy Libre arrived, Zen again arrived, Bent arrived. So all going well. The only one that we've been following that is yet to get there is Pura Vida, and they're at about 33 south and 176 at the moment, with 13 knots from the southeast. So no problems there. So now we go to the boats that are heading down to Australia, some to Bundaberg and some to Southport. The propagation is still not great. It was an absolute disaster this morning. It is slightly better, but I'm expecting that we will run into a few problems, maybe not with Freya and Narida, but certainly further south. And before I do that, I've just had a message from Pura Vida. They are in fact 33.22 as suspected, 175.57. They're doing 7 knots on a course of 190 true, and the winds are 14 knots to 17 knots from the, just north of east actually, 070, and the swell is 1 metre, 90% cloud cover up there, and 21 degrees, so they will be in the early hours of Friday. So well done. It's a nice way to finish their particular passage. Okay, thank you for that message. Now, let's go to Taku Taku, Gulf Harbour Radio. Oh, it's very, very light. So just stand by. Stand by, please, Sabrina, because I will just wait and put you at the end. Conditions might improve as time goes by, and I'll see whether we have got a relay from one of the other boats. So just stand by. Freya, Gulf Harbour.
Good evening, Patricia. This is Freya. How copy?
Oh, I've got good copy on you, Susan, so hopefully conditions are good that you can help me with the relay. Go ahead. I hope all is well for you and Todd. Over.
Yes, all is well, and I can hear Taku just fine, so I can relay for them. Over.
Oh, that's great. So start off with Freya, and then we'll go to Taku.
Okay, our position is 2256 south, 16304 east. Course over ground is 264 true at 6 knots. Wind is out of the south at 9 knots. Seas out of the south less than a meter, about 90% cloud cover. We have been motoring all day until about 15 minutes ago, and now we have a nice sailing. So hopefully that continues. Over.
Yeah, I hope so. It would be nice not to have the motor on in the evening. I'll see what David's got shortly. 2256 for Todd and Susan on Freya, heading south. 16304 east, 264 true at 6 knots. A southerly of 9, and the seas are south less than a metre. Boy, this is sounding pleasant. 90% cloud cover. They've motored all day, except the motor went on 15 minutes ago. So that sounds good, and I hope it stays that way. Okay, well, I'll call Taku, and if you wouldn't mind, please, taking down their particulars, because they are still not on my AIS. Taku, Sabrina, go ahead, please. Boy, she's Glad I waited.
Okay, great. I have good copy on you, Sabrina. I will go ahead with Taku. Their position is 2659 south, 15509 east. Course over ground is 220 true at a speed of 5.6 knots. Wind is southwest at 10 knots. 5% cloud cover. Swell 1 meter. And they did not experience any storms last night. Just saw some lightning. Over.
Wow, fantastic. Well, they dodged a bullet, didn't they? That's amazing. And it's certainly nothing there now with 5% cloud cover. Okay, Taku, Sabrina and Curtis are at 2659 south, 15509 east on a course of 220 true at 5.6, southwest 10 and 5% cloud cover and a 1 metre swell. David, do you have anything to add to them at this stage?
No, the front's past them.
No, the front's gone, so all is good for them. They are very lucky. So good that they're continuing on to Southport.
No.
And just a bit of news for Freya. American news, a UPS plane took off from Louisville, Kentucky not all that long ago. It's an MD-11. It left to go to Hawaii, so it was full of fuel and crashed just near the airport, leaving a fiery trail of destruction on the ground. So it's a bit of mayhem over there at the moment. All the crew are dead, of course, plus a building number on the ground. A huge, huge fire. Okay, well, thank you very much for that, Susan. Hopefully the others will be good. It just seems further south that I'm having problems there. We'll clear with Freya and go to Narida, Gulf Harbour Radio.
Gulf Harbour Radio, how copy Narida, over.
Yeah, good evening, Jan. I've got you fine. Go ahead.
Roger that. I just turning off my generator. Okay, my position at present is 233 south, 163 east, on a course of 242, which is a wrong line, Southport in fact. And our speed is just picked up. Wow, we're actually making 6.3 knots under full sail, having been going right down to still 4 knots given no wind. And picked up a little bit now, and it's from the south-southeast around probably 9 to 10 knots. Cloud cover is about 9 to 95%. Well, on the southeast, but also on the east, but it was 10:13 a while back, around that. Over.
Okay, pretty similar to Freya with the wind just picking up 2328 south, 16358 east, 242 true, direct to Southport, 6.3 sailing with a south-southeast 9 to 10, 95% cloud cover and 1 metre from the southeast. And everything seems to be going well on board. Got a good signal from the AIS, and I presume you got a few things fixed in New Caledonia. Over.
Sorry, say last again.
Did you get a few things fixed that weren't working in New Caledonia? Over.
Well, I had some time in New Caledonia. Quite happy to go back there again and explore the little islands and the snorkeling, took the evening down
Okay, I'll get David to comment on what you might be seeing ahead when I pass the microphone after I talked to Mischief. Okay, we'll clear with Narada and go to Mischief, Gulf Harbour. Yes, I've got you well. What is your name, please? Over. Andrew, thank you. I forgot to ask last night. All right, Andrew, looks like all is going well for you. Go ahead.
Thank you. Our position 22587 1303 The port is 255 magnetic, B5 decimal 7. The wind 10 knots from the south, seas less than 1 metre from the south, sky is 90% cloud cover, barometric pressure 1013. All well on board, and like Freya, we have opened all day, and our engine has only just recently got off. Over.
Yeah, well, that's good. Makes it easier to hear me. And my read back, which is 2258 south, 16303 east, on a course of 255 magnetic to Bundaberg. Mischief is going 5.7, 10 knots of southerly, less than 1 metre from the south, 90% cloud cover, 1013 on the bar, and all is well on board. So, and a good signal from you. So that's good. There's a question for Taku. They want to know how many tuna you've caught, watching along and sending wasabi if needed, I guess. This is Michelle and Chris on Belize, who are still in Fiji. So hopefully, Taku, you've got that. I'll see shortly if you have, and what the tuna count might be. Everyone's having a bit of trouble fishing. Even around the Gulf here, we've got a builder here at the moment, and he had a wonderful catch a week ago when the weather was like this, but friends went out to the same spot today, and no snapper and no kingfish. So, boy, things can change rapidly. Here's David with a bit of weather update.
Okay, first regarding Narita, and I've got you centered on my screen, and I'm looking at satellite imagery that came in just about 10 minutes ago, I guess. And I see a band that runs to your southwest. It's a very long band. It's broken. It's very sharp on its western side. Not very wide. Maybe about a degree, 60 miles wide, but very long. It goes from your position all the way down to where it hooks up to a very large cold front, which runs all the way up past Townsville from the south. So that's what you're seeing, and there's really not much in it. It's quite broken, but you never know. So that's that. So let's look at the big picture for tomorrow, Thursday, at about lunchtime. Our high has moved east of New Zealand. It's centered at 36 south, 36 south, and 175 west, 175 west. Average about 1021 millibar. A low sits over New Zealand's South Island, and it is sending a front north-northwest up to 22 south, 160 east. It actually, looking at satellite imagery, goes all the way up to Townsville, and that's part of that little band that Narita saw. Anyway, it's, to put it in context for anybody that doesn't have a chart, that's more or less west of New Caledonia. Another low is found just west of Nuku'alofa, so a little bit of action there. And between New Zealand and Fiji, just looking at the isobars, they're fairly widely spread, so not much air between about 28 south and the islands. But our quasi-stationary front, well, it's still there. It's active, and it's running along about 30 south. So there you go on that. That's quite amazing. It's been there probably over a week now. We might as well call it stationary and not quasi. And what else can I tell you? By Friday, a new high moves into the Tasman as our old high moves east out to 40 south and 160 west. And again, very light air between, call it 30 south and Fiji. However, the isobars have done a polar dip on us. So expect scattered areas of convection between New Zealand and the islands. And between Fiji and Vanuatu, I see major convective activity. Looking at satellite imagery, it's quite a bit of action there. And also south of Nuku'alofa, a subtropical depression has formed, and it develops. It's really a mess up in the tropics for the most part. So there you go on that. So looking far out to the west, there is a very large depression that has developed in the Australian Bight. This depression is going to move slowly east to be in the central Tasman by Sunday, Sunday the 9th. So we're not looking forward to that, are we? But that's the way it goes. And I can't think of anything else to tell you. That's the general idea of what is going on and in the near future. So with that, I'll pass it back to the chief.
Thank you for that. Is there any questions relating to our passage makers or anything else for that matter going to Australia? Please call.
Gulf Harbour Radio, Narida.
Narida, go ahead, Jan.
Hi there. I gather David, what David was saying to me quite soon went down in a load of statistics that I got, but I heard something about the line of darker grey cloud ahead of me with the front of some kind. Did he say anything about wind shifts or strength of wind in that front over?
I'll pass the microphone. I'm just looking at the satellite picture over his shoulder now. So Jan's question is, was there going to be any major shift in wind direction? Here he is.
I've got to find you on a different chart. Hang on a minute.
23 and 164.
Yeah, I'm looking at tomorrow about lunchtime, and this is quite interesting and not particularly great news for you. That particular front does move towards you, and I think you very well could be into it by lunchtime tomorrow. It's quite scattered, but it's really hard to tell. I'm looking at modeling, and of course satellite imagery doesn't look forward, so I don't really know the extent of what this could be, but I'd be prepared for it. It's there, and according to the models, various models, there could be, hang on, it could be a little depression I see forming to your south. It's not going to affect you other than it might enforce what we also see in terms of convective activity. I'm going to see if that disappears, and it does. So by Friday, virtually all of what we're seeing now is not there. So let's hope that's the case. That front looks like it's completely broken, and it remains alive, but it's moved to Norfolk Island. Moved to Norfolk Island. So that that's hardly going to affect you, Jan, or anybody else that we know about up there. So, yeah, just be aware of what happens tomorrow. And Friday it looks better, but we'll know more tomorrow. Uh, and I'm being vague because everything is changing so rapidly. All right, if all of you remember about the MJO, that still is active. That pulse still is causing a lot of convective activity, and it doesn't seem to be projecting itself very well on models because they change every day. So there you go. We'll keep you informed tomorrow.
Okay, Dana, thanks very much for that.
Okay, and your signals come up much stronger. It's obviously just a little bit early, our start of net for this for the group heading down to Australia. But as soon as you've got the microphone, could you just check with Taku that they got the message greetings from Belize? They probably copy me. Taku, did you get the message from Belize? And if you could reply, Jan will relay. Over.
Taku, are you hearing South Harbour Radio? Over. South Harbour Radio, I think I've got propagation with Taku. They were loud and clear earlier. Nothing now, over.
Roger that. Okay, never mind. So, yeah, it's interesting. Quite a big difference to a boat further south. All right, is there anybody else with anything before we close down? Please call now.
This is Freya.
Oh, hi. If you wouldn't mind, Susan, asking Taku if they got the message from Belize. Over.
Yeah, you were jumping. Freya, try again, over. Sabrina and Taku, this is Freya. Gulf Fiber wanted to relay that Belize wanted to say hello to you. Over. All right, sounds good. Patricia, the relay back is hello and thank you to Belize, and they have not been fishing because their freezer is full. Over.
Goodness gracious. All the ones coming to New Zealand had a real problem with fishing, and there wasn't too many people with full freezers arriving here. So that's good. Warmer water for you guys coming down. Okay, thanks for that, Susan. Boy, your signal is really good now, so that's good. Okay, we'll leave you all in peace, and we'll be back again tomorrow. Thanks for being there, and this is Gulf Harbour Radio Clear.